Daily check-in. Today is Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. I'm Sweets. This is Sid, and this is the midweek check-in where we're going to be able to tell you everything that we've shipped so far, everything we hope to ship before Friday, and a couple other notes along the way. To kick it off, last night, Sid and I did some pair programming. I realize there's some music going on in the background. I'll pause that in a sec. And I wanted to get Sid's opinion on how I started off the call off stream saying I've been working on doing better at reviewing code and being a manager of other devs. And I just wanted to throw the question to Sid on how did I do last night? I'll keep it generic like that.
Very good. You know what?
That's the downside of asking a generic how did you do is it comes to like the mom test of you did good. And now, can you give me any specific moments that you remember from last night? What specific moments resonated most last night in terms of having an impact on your practice as a dev?
It made me feel good that you were taking the time to work with me. So even like from a holistic level, just having that, knowing that you're spending a little bit more time than you usually do to help, left me with a positive, happy feeling. So if I got nothing else, I got positive, happy feelings after. So that was really good.
Vibes are high at a minimum. Are we improving as a dev? Questionable, but vibes are at least high.
Well, okay. Secondly, it made me realize, it made me want to, instead of just shipping, because we shipped it on the thing and then it wasn't working in testing. And it made me want to start the PR over and delete the table that I didn't do the migration for correctly and just do things correctly from the jump instead of just shipping what I had because I had already done it and put in the work for it. So it made me leave being like, I need to have higher standards because Sweets just gave me time and showed me how to have higher standards. And so it forced functioned me to want to meet you where your standards are instead of being like, ugh, just approve my PR, Sweet. So that was also good. Is like it was like you taking the time made me feel good, which then opened up the ability for me to see your perspective and where you're coming from and want to meet you there by shipping better code and adhering to the principles correctly. So it was good.
Thank you for making a little bit of time on reviewing the meta. Keeping the focus on you, how's your week been going so far in terms of business side, shipping side? What have you been doing since our last talk on Monday?
Shipping side is good. Business side is good. Yesterday we shipped, what did we ship yesterday? The fix, or we tried shipping the fix for the error logs. And then
you shipped your agent templates instead of a JSON file. Yeah. It's now in
ship that as well.
Table.
So I haven't finished the error log one, but I'll do that hopefully by Friday. But those are two things that are good because they will help. Like having those things in a super base table will allow me to pull them from the dash or into the founder's dashboard and start tracking those metrics, which is why I focused on shipping those things specifically. From a business side of things, we have our first power user, Sam, which after this call, we now we're going to jump on with him. So I'm excited about that. Then I have like 3 other calls back to back. I invited you to one, which is an optional meeting. You don't have to join, but it's with Virte and her manager.
Virte, another on-chain artist.
Another on-chain artist. I don't know if like Virte is also optional on the meeting, but her manager was the one that booked it. And the 3 meetings were all from like self bookings, like not me reaching out, like just word of mouth, people just scheduling calls for onboarding.
Virte just threw a meeting on your calendar?
Her manager and invited Virte. So I invited you to that one. The other 2, I don't know who they are, so I didn't send them to you.
Thank you.
But so yeah, after Sam, it's 3 meetings back to back of just onboarding. So yeah, so everything's going good, and I'm just excited for the Sam call because it's just like I want to try to keep it as signal as possible, And so if I start to go off signal in the meeting, like, please just pull back to signal, more so signal for you. Like, don't feel free to interrupt me. Feel free to do anything you need to do to get back to the mission, which is like high signal understanding of what we can do to improve the product for this person. How do we get him to use it more? How do we get him to share it more? How do we get him to love it more? What does he currently love about it? What does he wish it did so that he would love it more?
I was just about to ask, what is your goal going into this? And you read my mind. The goal is to understand what is stopping them from using the product more, or what features do they want that would excite them to use the product more, right?
Yep. What's blocking them from sharing it internally more? Yeah, just as much signal as possible, like true signal. Because I think that will be a good thing to kind of think about for going into next week.
Have you reflected any more on your side of what next week is going to hold for us?
No, I think we can do that
on Friday.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh, like I've been thinking about doing what we did last time, which is like build something new, which we're doing this week, and then reflecting on improvements and errors next week. But Sam has the most errors out of everybody, so I want to see if he brings it up. If he doesn't bring it up, then let's not worry about errors. It's obviously not affecting him that much. Although I will say I did give him the specific insight of, if it gives you an error, press continue, or just tell it to continue, so he knows that. So it might be a simple fix of just like on the error toast error, just saying like type continue to continue or something. But let's just let's let our customer guide us for the direction of the build next week if we finish our build this week.
Beautiful.
Cool. And with that note, we have 3 minutes. Where are we at with scheduled actions?
Scheduled actions has the Supabase table. Scheduled actions has its own server that is running and doing it. I deployed my first scheduled action, and this morning I woke up to an email giving me my scheduled action. So far from my single use case on my specific action, it is working. Next steps are adding in the tools. I've not done it yet today. So hopefully next step before Friday is we have the tools so that Sid doesn't have to send me the scheduled action. He still hasn't gotten back. You still didn't get back to me on what you wanted in Supabase. I didn't want to pester you more. I'd rather just build the tool, tell you to go into chat, and then do whatever your scheduled actions are right in the chat. So that's what we'll have by Friday. We feel like we're on track because once the tools are there, anybody can go in, create as many scheduled actions as they want. And then the only question is, do we want to put on a cap like ChatGPT has a cap of 10 scheduled actions? Do we want to put on a cap to make sure people like the guy we're about to go into a meeting with don't run up a whole bunch of scheduled actions? Or for now, do we leave it open and wait till it becomes a squeaky wheel that needs oil?
For now, we leave it open and let it become a squeaky wheel. If people are doing it too much, it's a good problem because then we know we can charge for it. Yep. I also really love the concept of what you did, which is you build it this week and then have Verbal UX UI it next week. And I think on Friday, what we can do is me and you really think about the make it work, make it right, make it awesome for Verbal. Like from a UX perspective, make it like you're going to make it work from the back end, but like what does make it work look like for Verbal on the front end? Or it might already be make it work because you just type in schedule this action and it already does it. So it's like, what does his make it right look like for a user? And then what would be a make it awesome? Because that'd be fire if like his cadence is like first 2 days or 1 or 2 days shipping is making it right, where a user can use the tool easy. And then the second 2 days is like making it awesome. Like one click to send this conversation or to schedule a conversation or whatever it is, like the UI that our competitors are doing, et cetera.
Virbal has just shipped the ability to attach a PDF, and he has also added the tool components for the Spotify Deep Research tool. And the new dev, Droll, told me he has the Instagram prototype ready for us to test login with Instagram. He did not have it deployed on an Next.js, so I just asked him to deploy, and he has build errors. That's the status of everybody. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you made it this far, give us a like, give us a follow, repost this so other people can see how we're building an AI platform for musicians and on-chain agents